Good evening. As I have promised, I'm bringing you the Banknifty analysis. Uh, at a very Tomorrow is a start of a fresh week, of a fresh month, April, and March has been very volatile. I understand that. Let's see what holds for us in the month of April and how do we go with it. As you can see, this is a one-day time frame that I'm using right now for us to do a analysis on a long-term view, short-term view, and a intraday. As you can see that there are, don't worry about these lines. These are all the support resistance that I've been drawing over the number of years that I've been using. This is a future continuous chart. Now, I've drawn a trend line from the recent high that the market touched somewhere around December 2022, 14th December, and as you can see, we have two touch points, and there's a third touch point which happened. So that trend line is confirmed, and we also have taken another trend line from starting from 2nd Feb 2023 again, which touched another two more points, which again is valid. So basically, when you draw a trend line, you should at least have minimum of two touch points. So considering these trend lines as the point of resistance, if you look at it, this major trend line has been holding since December till date. So this is the first time after after a long gap. I think after 9th March 2023, this is the first time we have touched it. Um, Now I'm going to enlarge the screen for better viewing purpose. As you can see that the candle, the one day candle, the last candle, which is this candle, has actually crossed the trend line which is coming right from last December, and also touched the other trend line which we drew from February. Now, the point to note over here is that we have seen a rejection from these trend lines, and it closed below the major trend line. So it's a very clear uh, telling us that there is a selling or rejection from the top. Now, we need to also understand if we need to also understand if to see if there's a bottom or not, whether it is going to reverse from here or not can be only decided after later. So as you can see, there's a previous candle doji which formed, which actually tells us that there's a chance of reversal that can happen over here. Now, though the doji is a green color, and we had a closing above the doji on the Friday candle, but still the rejection is a thing to consider. It's a strong rejection from very top, and the body of the candle also is huge. Let's see what happens. As of now, we cannot predict, but we have to be prepared for whichever side the movement comes. So, for people going long who wants to enter futures, hold futures for the coming months, I would ideally suggest to go long only above 41,670. As you can see, there is a zone of there are three kinds of resistances over here, which I see as 41,250, 41,450, and 574 and 665. So with these kind of resistance that are coming up, we only and only if on a day candle, if we have a closing above 41,670, we have to be long. So long above 41,670, you can enter the markets without any tension if you want to go into long futures. Now let us see for the medium term, where you want to hold, take options on a monthly options or a weekly options without trading intraday. For that, let's switch to the time frame of 1 hour. Let's see what happened. Same as you can see, we had a crossing. We nearly touched the above trend line. We came and closed below the trend line, and we can see there's a strong selling right from this line. So interest, it is the same as one day analysis, And also something important to note is that the gaps that have there was a huge gap up on which the market opened, which we need to fill ideally, because we know the market fills all the gaps and then only moves past it. So this is the gap that still needs filling. Considering the gap filling that needs to happen, looking at sorry, one second, looking at the doji that formed on the 1 day chart and the strong rejections resistances that are above, it clearly tells me that the market, though might be on a bullish, has found probably made its high, and we might have a retracement till at least the gap is filled, which is like 39 40,000. If I look at it, 39,950. So until this gap is filled, I would not be on the upside. So let's wait for a retracement to happen, and probably going for weekly or monthly options, I would recommend, or I would look for a put options to be bought for the month end, which can be like for we are at probably 41,100, so 41,000 put or for 40,500 put can be bought at this point of time on a monthly or a weekly, and hold it for a time, at least some good amount of returns, 1 is to 2, 1 is to 3 returns, because looking at the factors, it looks like that we will be going down. We might be taking support at this level, which is at 40,950 or 40,522. These are good support junctures. Uh, so even if you are taking a put, probably we might need to book your profit at 40,000 when it touches 40,950. Wait for the next day to see how the market behaves and then re-enter. That would be a better idea. Now, if we move to the 15 minutes time frame to look for an intraday, I would suggest that, looking at the way the market is moving, same, even on a 15 minutes time frame, the analysis wouldn't change. We would go with more of put options, and unless and until we have a closing above at least the day high which it formed on Friday, ideally at around 41,450. If we have a closing around 41,450 above, closing above, or we open above 41,450, I would go and buy a call only till 41,550, 100 points, and I would exit, because I see that there's a zone of uncertainty which has been taken, which was at 41,665. Until 41,670 is crossed, I would not enter again into CE, even on a 15 minutes or a hourly time frame. But if we see a flat opening or a gap down opening or whatever, I would enter puts, buy PE, and exit at 40,950. Again enter if it requires, because I see supports over here. And if 40,950 is crossed, I would go and hold a weekly or a monthly option till 40,500. So and I would book the day for the day. And if we have a closing below 40,500, then maybe we can look for the gap filling to happen. This is the overall analysis, and let me also use my software to understand how the markets are behaving, or what are the signals. Let me apply one of my scripts that I have developed, which I use to trade intraday and to understand the overall position on a long term basis as well. For a futures one, if I'm looking for a long term, let me go to 1 day. Okay, I see that there is a buy call which was generated here on 31st March, ending we got a closing basis of 40,833, and we closed it 41,005 to 160, 170. So 800 to 170, 200 and 370 points we made. Ideally, it would be good considering these resistance, but there is no exit signal received on this as of now. If I move this to 1 hour, let me see if I have an exit signal. or a short somewhere. Nothing has come. Okay, even on hourly basis, I entered on 29th March. Closing was at 39,771. I have entered the call with no exit as of now. It is still holding at 41,162. So that's nearly same 6 200, 41 1 200 370 points we have made, which is decent. I would though wait. And the system has not given any exit as of now. So let me switch to options script to understand what is it showing as of now. um, this I use on 15 minutes intraday to trade options. Let me see what does it show. Wait, the signals have not appeared. It will, yes, they have appeared. Okay, there was a shot which came and it also exited. So interesting. The software doesn't clearly indicate any reversal, but as I said, as I keep told you, let's come back to the final verdict. This is the verdict that we can use. Okay. For futures long position only above 41,670. If we open flat or gap down, we'll place SL at 41,500 and go short till 40,000. That is, at least the gap is filled. For monthly options or weekly holding options, it is suggested to go with PE and book profits at the respective support levels 49.50 and 45.50. For intraday, we open flat or gap down, go with PE till 49.50 is met initially and then 45.50. And again, if we go further close down, probably we will look at how it behaves the market and plan accordingly. So we feel which is a 39,950, 40,000. Ideally 40,000 will be the base to hold. Okay, thank you guys.